Hi guys, hope you're well today. Today I'm going to be reading a story. It's called How Birds Find Their Way. Have you ever looked up in the sky when you're outside and look at the birds flying from tree to tree or tree to house and I wonder how they know where they're going? Well, the book I'm going to share today is called How Birds Find Their Way. We can watch birds fly from tree to tree, from tree to house, then back again. They seem to fly here and there and anywhere. If we watch birds all year, we find that some disappear in fall when the days get shorter and colder. They're flying south where it is warmer. I don't know if you have noticed, but yesterday and today I noticed that it is getting warmer outside here. Early in the spring, the first birds begin to come back. Every spring, birds return north to make their nests, lay eggs, and hatch their babies. We say the birds are migrating. They're moving from the winter homes in the south to their summer homes in the north. Once they reach their northern homes, they'll build their nests. They may build nests in trees or shrubs or on porch ledges. Or, like woodpeckers, they may bore holes into trees and make their cozy nests inside. Some go to the same nesting area or even the exact same nest that they are used the summer before. Long ago, people did not know that some birds migrated. They thought the birds hid in the holes in the ground and slept all winter. Some people guessed that birds spent the winter in the mud at the bottom of the ponds. Now we know where birds go. When birds start to migrate, ornithologists, scientists who study birds, use traps and nets to catch a few of them. They put bands on their legs and then let the birds go. The bands do not hurt the birds. Each band has a code on it that tells where and when the bird was banded. Some birds migrate for weeks because they stop along the way. Other birds fly only a few days. Some birds fly thousands of miles when they migrate. We know that orioles fly south to Panama and barn swallows fly to Central and South America. Hummingbirds weigh only as much as a penny, yet they can fly over water for 500 miles without stopping when they migrate. An Arctic tern flies more than 10,000 miles all the way from northern Maine to the South Pole. But how did the birds know where to go? And how do they find their way? That's the big mystery. How do you think they know that? Some birds may follow rivers, mountain ranges, or seashores, but many birds find their way over the ocean. There seems to be nothing to guide them. What keeps the birds from flying in circles? Ornithologists have some ideas about how birds know which way is north or south. Birds migrate both in the daytime and at night. When birds fly by the day, they use the sun to guide them. Birds seem to know what time of day it is and can use the sun's position to find north and south. They know that to fly south in the morning when the sun is in the east, they must have the sun on the left. And for birds to fly south in the afternoon, the sun must be on the right. When birds fly at night, the stars help them find their way. Scientists have tested this idea. Birds were put in a big planetarium where the position of the stars could be moved. The scientist who worked in the planetarium placed the stars in the sky as we see them. The birds flew in one direction. When the pattern of the stars was changed, the birds flew in a different direction. It was clear that the birds had noticed that the position of the stars had changed. Well, they seem like awfully smart animals to me. I don't know if I could figure that out. Birds can also find their way when it's cloudy. They fly when they cannot see the sun during the day or the stars at night. How do they know which way to go? One idea is that the birds are able to use the Earth's magnetic field to guide them. The magnetic field is an invisible force that surrounds the Earth. It's strongest near the North and the South poles. The magnetic field is what makes the needle on the compass point north. Ornithologists think that some birds may have a built-in compass in their body. And remember, compass is how it tells us which direction we're going. Your parents might have a compass in their car. Homing pigeons are especially good at finding their way. When they are taken away from home, they're usually able to find their way back. Scientists have experimented with these pigeons. They put special covers over the bird's eyes so that the pigeon cannot see clearly. Even when the pigeons cannot see, they were able to return home. Another kind of bird called a manx shearwater was carried from England to Massachusetts, the distance of about 3,000 miles, and it was in 12 days it was back in England in its own nest. So that flight went over the Atlantic Ocean. How do birds know when it's time to leave for the south or at the end of winter? And how do they know it's time to start north? Scientists know that birds have a built-in yearly calendar. The calendar tells the birds when the days become shorter, it is fall. It is time to migrate south. And when the days become longer, it is spring and time to migrate north. When fall approaches, birds eat a lot of food to store energy for their flight. All at once they're gone, they have started to migrate. Several months later, the birds are getting ready to migrate again. They must make their long journey to the north. It is time to build nests, lay eggs, and raise babies. This I think is pretty cool. There's a picture here and it shows how high birds can fly. And it shows us, this is how high up, it's 6 miles is how high up an airplane can go. We've solved some mysteries of bird migration. We know where birds go. We also know how fast they fly. Some birds fly as high as 5 miles above the earth, but most birds fly about a half a mile above the ground. Some fly very fast, over 50 miles an hour. When the wind is blowing in that direction, they are flying. So again, here's where the jets go up. They're at 6 miles, and some of the birds are here, and most of them are down here. Even though people have watched birds for thousands of years, we still do not have all the answers about bird migration. But ornithologists keep trying. Maybe you will be one of them. Go turn and talk and tell your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister what an ornithologist is and what job they have. I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and I look forward to our next visit. Love you all.